Welcome to another energizing edition of Who's Who Business TV. I'm your host, Amrita, and today we're continuing our mission to spotlight the bold minds and bright ideas shaping Guyana's business future. Let's begin with a quote that speaks to the heart of momentum from Sarah Blakely, founder of Specs. Don't be intimidated by what you don't know. That can be your greatest strength and ensure that you do things differently from everyone else. In a world of shifting markets and constant change, innovation often starts with a fresh perspective. Not knowing all the answers, but the courage to ask bold questions. So whether you're building your brand from scratch, pivoting with purpose, or stepping into uncharted territory, remember, what you don't know might just be the edge that sets you apart. Let's dive into today's stories of courage, creativity, and commerce. This is Who's Who Business TV. We'll be right back after a few messages.
A. Sons is your one-stop shop for all Total Tools. Total Tools, available at all A. Sons locations.
Syntec is a new mileage in my vehicle. I've been working from Benin to Georgetown up and down the highway. I have Roxy, and the oil performing very well. The vehicle performing well. The oil level do not drop. So I'm advising you to take a try with Syntec.
It's important to know these disc styles so you can begin to better understand the people around you. It's also important to understand that we are all a blend of these styles. Sure, we can adapt those blends based on our environment or when a specific situation calls for one style over the other. But more often than not, we've all got to accept our DISC and learn to live, work, and play and accept these basic truths. So there you have it. We're all different, but we are predictably different.
Welcome back. Now it's time for Behind the Brand, where we showcase the companies setting new standards in Guyana's business landscape. Today we spotlight TLC Guyana Inc., a logistics powerhouse supporting offshore oil and gas sector with services like customs clearance, vessel agency, and door-to-door delivery. Founded in 2018 as part of Switzerland-based TLC, the company blends global expertise with a strong local team. This is TLC Guyana Inc., and this is Behind the Brand. Today on Behind the Brand, we're spotlighting a company that plays a vital role in Guyana's growing logistics sector, TLC Guyana Inc. Let's find out how this international brand has established deep local roots and what their journey reveals about resilience, strategy, and service.
Our origin story, it's modest but pretty significant in its wake. Our international clients, they would have established their companies in Guyana, and they started moving their operations into Guyana. And this is when the oil and gas market was now developing, and they saw the need for the same experience they would have had with TLC outside of Guyana. We opened the branch in Guyana, but of course then it was not local, because of course we were headquartered in Switzerland and then we moved to Guyana. But that began the story of us seeking out a joint venture partner, where we would have partnered with John Finance. Right now we're servicing over 32 clients in the market, and some of the biggest names in the sector actually. Champion X, we have APAV, we have SBM, Exxon. So from that introduction into the market to now that big portfolio, or that impressive portfolio, I must say, that's how we came around in the Guyanese market.
By now, you can tell that TLC Guyana is more than just a freight or customs provider. They're strategically plugged into Guyana's national development story.
TLC Guyana Inc. has been actively contributing to national development by building local capacity, ensuring compliance, and facilitating offshore projects. The company invests heavily in training and mentorship for Guyanese talents, especially women empowerment, through our involvement in Women in Leadership and Women in Energy initiatives. We support our future leaders' global exposure and expertise through the facilitation of Canadian visas for the SBM trainees who are studying abroad. In addition, being members of key business networks including GCCI, GOGC, and other international chambers have given us and continues to give us the opportunity to contribute to policy making, industry standards.
Being featured in the Who's Who in Guyana Business Directory isn't just about visibility. It's about being part of a trusted community of industry leaders. TLC Guyana's team has had some valuable insights for companies thinking about joining this network.
Being featured in the Who's Who in Guyana Business Directory has given us the opportunity to showcase our services and values to a large audience, and most importantly, connect with businesses in and beyond the oil and gas sector. Being a part of the directory has also strengthened our visibility and credibility, positioning the company as a key, strong, and trusted partner locally in fast-growing economy of Guyana. So if you're serious about building your brand, expanding your visibility, creating or making key connections, joining the Who's Who network is a smart move. It is more than a directory. It's a gateway to opportunities.
One thing that stood out in our conversation was how much TLC Guyana values collaboration, not just within their team, but with clients, partners, and the wider business community.
The company is not asset-based, it's not asset-forward, it's very people-forward. Because without our people, we wouldn't have a business in Guyana, especially with the team that we have. So we always ensure that our people come first, and we ensure that the operations that are led by those people are done compliantly and safely, so that the clients would have the best outcome.
Stay tuned as we hear from Safia Ali, HR Manager of NSBOmega Guyana Inc., to learn more about their innovative strategies, key job opportunities, and workforce development in Guyana.
Hello, I'm Safia, the HR Manager at NSBOmega Guyana Inc. Today I'll be telling you about a vacancy we have with one of our clients located in support on the east bank of Demerara. They are currently seeking a mechanic. The ideal candidate will have previous experience in a similar role and studies completed within technical fields. For more information, please visit our website at nsbomega.gy, or you can contact us on 227-3370. Thank you, and until next time.
Welcome to BizzPulse, where we spotlight the women entrepreneurs shaping the future of business, one bold idea at a time. Today we meet a woman on a mission to change how Guyanese think about protection and preparedness. Sharon Ramratan, Director of Atlantic Edge Insurance Brokerage Inc. Stay with us, this is BizzPulse. Meet Sharon Sakai Ramratan, the visionary behind Atlantic Edge Insurance Brokerage Inc. She shares how the Road 2 programs helped shape her journey, not just as a businesswoman, but as a decision maker in the insurance industry.
I'm Sharon Ramratan from Atlantic Edge Insurance Brokerage. Today I would like to give my thanks to Action Invest Caribbean Inc. and the Cherry Foundation for the incredible support that you had given during the training program on the Road to Growth and all the growth programs. I joined the training. It was empowering. It provides clarity, focus on all the different areas that me as an entrepreneur need to focus on for the growth of my business. At Atlantic Edge Insurance Brokerage, we are an insurance broker, and we underwrite for all the major service providers. And the good thing about us, we are available 7 days a week, and we offer both products for individual and businesses. We underwrite for all different types of insurance coverage. But I would like to give special thanks to both Action Invest Caribbean Inc. and Cherry Foundation for offering these programs for women like me to inspire us and also to grow our business. We are a full-scale insurance brokerage company, and we offer things for both individual and business. So we do like fire, liability, health, individual health, group health. We do bid security, bonds. We do public liability, employees liability. As long as being sold in the insurance industry, we cover it.
For Sharon, these programs weren't just about knowledge. They unlocked the courage to take the next step. From professional growth to clarity, she discovered the tools to move from hesitation to action.
I had need help with marketing, and that is what I gather most from all the different programs. Like, that is my need. Like, I have a background in accounting and finance, so the marketing aspect of it is what I had need most help in. So I find that it empower you to take a stand, to be more confident, to pitch your business more easily, and to have courage to do it. I believe like knowledge is power, and what the growth program assists with is you get like support from the program providers, the Cherry Foundation, and also this community in the ladies gathering. Like, you help each other, and you see that it's not only you in this position that need help, and you get gain more confidence by helping each other. So I find like the community spirit while dealing with all these women assists in boosting your confidence.
At Atlantic Edge, Sharon's mission is clear: to protect what matters most. Her story is proof that when women are empowered with confidence and community, businesses thrive and industries evolve.
At Atlantic Edge Insurance Brokerage, we are not just about policy, we are about people. We believe in personalizing our service. We believe that each individual have a unique need, and we spend the time to see if that need, we can cover that need and in the best way. There's not one policy cover you in the sense that it take care of you. So we take the time to assess your need and to ensure that the coverage that you're seeking protect what matters most to you. And our number is 613-0475, or you can email us at info@atlanticedgeinsurancebrokerage.com. At Atlantic Edge Insurance Brokerage, we are not just about policy, we are about people.
The 2026 edition of the Who's Who in Guyana Business is on the horizon, and renewals are now officially open. This isn't just a directory. It's where Guyana's most influential brands come to be seen, to connect, and to lead. If your business was featured last year, you already know the value, credibility, visibility, and a seat at the table with the country's top decision makers. Now's your chance to stay in the spotlight or step into an even bigger one. We've introduced new package upgrades to help you amplify your presence and make your mark louder than ever before. Just please don't miss the deadlines. Booking and payment by June 30th and artwork submission by July 15th. We've included the updated media kit so you can review your options and plan your next move. Because in Guyana's business landscape, it's not just about being in the game, it's about being in the right company. We'd be proud to feature you again.
Hi there! Are you ready to transform the way you communicate at work, in business, and in life? Join us at the Discommunication Workshop, a powerful session designed to bring clarity and understanding to how people with different behavioral styles communicate. Whether you're a leader, team member, entrepreneur, or someone who just wants better relationship, this workshop is for you. It's an interactive session. You'll learn how to identify your communication style, understand others' behavioral patterns, adapt your approach to connect better and get results. You'll walk away with the practical tool to improve teamwork, minimize misunderstanding, handle conflict with confidence, and communicate in a way that truly lands you with others. This isn't just theory, it's real-world communication insight that can apply immediately in your workplace, with your clients, and in your everyday conversation. Spots are limited, so don't wait. Reserve your seat today and discover how a simple shift in your approach can make all the difference. The Discommunication Workshop. Learn, adapt, and succeed.
Struggling to grow your business? You're not alone, but you don't have to figure it out the hard way. Business coaching gives you clarity, strategy, and accountability, so you can stop guessing and start scaling. From refining your offer to building systems that work, a coach helps you work on the business, not just in it. The most successful entrepreneurs have coaches. The question is, do you?
to IBC Spotlight, where we dive into the insights and innovations shared at the International Business Conference Suriname 2025.
With regard to the infrastructure that is happening currently, but also the last years, has to do more with the focus on the big industries that are going to come, which are the oil and gas and the bauxite industry, but also in the field of agriculture. We have seen the spin-offs, development of more land for agriculture, and especially now with the upcoming oil industry and bauxite industry, there are different plans. So what we have done, we have started to upgrade our basic infrastructure. We have quite simple infrastructure, so with the main roads, that is the most important things. These roads are connecting Suriname from east to west, so they're connecting the ports, the airports, and the production areas. So that's an advantage. We have actually one main road that we have to upgrade, but then we also have to take care of our ports, because a lot of things are also coming by boats. So we have decided to dredge our river. That project has started in 2021. So the advantage now is that we can get more boats coming in with more weight, etc. And a third thing where we are focusing on is the problem of flooding. We didn't have this in 5 years ago, 10 years ago, but the last 2-3 years we are experiencing a lot of heavy rainfall. So the same infrastructure that we are upgrading is actually flooded regularly, and we cannot allow that, because especially in the urban areas, but also in the main roads. So we have decided to redesign our main roads, to upgrade them in different ways, but also to keep the land, the areas drier by installing new pumping stations. So we are installing a lot of pumping stations along the coast of Suriname. So these are the three main important things that we are currently doing, and yet we have to think about new infrastructure that has to be connected to the new development areas. So I think for the business communities, especially for investors who want to come to Suriname, it can be for doing business, but also if part of their staff or workers need to find a place to live, we need to guarantee for sure good, quick, safe access to their company or to their house. So we are now looking in which areas will they develop or need to develop in time. And that is not very sure at this moment, but we have very nice areas spotted, like in Guyana, it's a hotspot area, Paramaribo North, Naikeri. Those are areas where the big developments can come for housing, ports, and then we need to make those areas accessible by making some additional bridges, by building some additional roads. That is to guarantee good roads, safe roads, and roads that are not getting flooded. So the problem, we are a low-lying area, so we have to deal with flood management. We have to build our dikes, we have to keep them safe, we have to keep our pumping stations working, because we are simply low-lying in the coastal area. So the main objective is to have a safe infrastructure, and that is what we want to guarantee to not only investors but also the local people. So we are doing it for both. In time, we will provide a good infrastructure. As I said before, the opportunities to do business is growing in different fields. As I mentioned, we are not only investing in the mining sector, but also in other sectors like agriculture, livestock, the tourist sector. So there are more opportunities for companies that only invest in, let's say, the mineral resources. And third thing is we have a very nice climate and a very nice biodiversity that also contribute to better performance, I think. The Chamber of Commerce, as far as I know, is doing a good job, because they are not only sharing or cooperating in the field of the hard work, but also in the soft part, which is very important, because life is not only building a road or making a bridge. The life of a company, life of people is also living and working in a good environment, and that is what they are doing. They are looking for ways that it makes life easier. For example, that companies can get a work permit, or that the visa procedure is going a little bit faster, or that travel possibilities, that the time gets shorter, etc. But also when living in Suriname, for example, that people, especially the foreigners, have access in a faster way. So that is what I mean by making life easier. That is also what they are contributing. So my call is that I support them, and they need to go, they need to continue to work together. That is important between the two countries and perhaps more partners.
Welcome back to Leadership in Action, where we go beyond the bottom line to explore what it truly means to lead with purpose, resilience, and vision. We're joined by a leader guiding one of Guyana's most respected financial institutions into a future of transformation and trust. Sean Gertran, Chief Executive Officer of the Guyana Bank for Trade and Industry. Joining the conversation is Dr. Vishnu Durga, business coach and Leadership in Action co-host, as they unpack what it means to lead a legacy institution with fresh energy and deep responsibility. This is Leadership in Action.
Welcome to Leadership in Action. I'm your host, Dr. Vishnu Durga, and this is a show where we dive deep into the minds and missions of the Caribbean's boldest leaders. Today, we're joined by Sean Gorcharan, Chief Executive Officer of the Guyana Bank for Trade and Industry, with over 2 decades of experience in banking and finance. He has held key roles, including Chief Financial Officer and Deputy Chief Executive Officer at GBTI. Sean holds an MBA with a specialization in finance and is a fellow of both the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants and the Corporate Governance Institute. So Sean, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Were you always very inspired by dollar signs, or what caused your focus on the banking and finance sector?
Actually, when I was in school, I did really well in science, and I remember when we had to stream, and I decided to do the business subjects. A lot of teachers said, why would you go down that road? But I found that numbers came to me quite naturally, and understanding how numbers operate and how it's all part of the bigger picture came very easy to me, and so far that choice has paid off fairly well.
And how did you transition into the banking sector?
Well, actually, I started out in auditing from a very accounting background, and then I started as internal auditor for one bank in Guyana. And then over time, I moved across to being part of that management and then part of finance, and then where I am today.
Very good, very good. What's your definition of leadership?
A borrowed definition for me would be one that says leadership is all about influence. And that is how I've taken leadership to mean, and I've set about to doing things. It's the ability to influence those around you in a way that helps them achieve some of the things that they're planning to do. It is influencing the people, the processes all around you in a direction heading towards an objective.
That requires a really strong mindset. What's a daily habit or mindset that keeps you grounded?
I think consistency is key. I try to get up at 5 every day, spend some time in prayer, try to do some thinking, and just continue the day from there. And I believe those quiet moments provide a lot of perspective. It provides a lot of reflection, but it also helps you to set the day ahead and what you can do. I believe in long-term planning, but I also believe every long-term plan is a combination of every day. And if you start every day with a clear focus and understand what is the need to accomplish today towards that long-term goal, things fall into place more nicely.
Falling into place is a good way to put it, because you mentioned you started off in science, you're really good at numbers, you went down that banking path. Was there a pivotal career moment that has shaped your vision, and what is that vision now, if we ask you today?
It's a good question. I think for me, the vision for me is about leaving a legacy that when my time to retire or move on to what's next. And as I look back, I can be proud of making an impact and making a positive impact in whatever it is you do, whether it be work, whether it be social matters, whether it be in your family life. You must be able to look back and reflect and be comfortable with the legacy that you've left and the mark that you've left on this world. I look at life as a tremendous blessing, but it's also an opportunity to do something with that, what you've been given. So for me, it is really to leave that legacy that is worthwhile of that which you've been entrusted.
How do you really balance that long-term vision, that big vision, with these short-term, day-to-day pressures?
There's a nice saying that says the longest journey begins with a single step. And I think it's important that not everything that we do will always be profitable, and we got to be real. But we must be consistent in what we do. We must be focused in what we do. And yes, it's good to keep your eyes on the long prize, but understand that that long prize is really, as I said, is a combination of daily activities to get you there. And you try to pay attention to both at the same time.
You sound like someone who had mentors. I'm going to ask you, who were your mentors or role models on your leadership path?
I believe leadership is a little bit of God-given. And I've found that quite a lot for leadership comes to me naturally. But I've spent a fair bit of time reading. John Maxwell is one of my favorite authors. But along the way, you pick up things from different authors. I read a really nice book about execution. Jim Collins' Great by Choice is one I'll always remember, because in that book, he talked a lot about being consistent every day and doing the simple things every day. Instead of looking for a cannonball, he said, just shoot pellets every day. And keep shooting those small pellets will help you get the same effect over time.
Yeah, I remember when we attended a session more than 10 years ago with Jim Collins, and it was about his book, From Good to Great.
From Good to Great, yeah.
And he told us that, some of us don't read that book yet. He plans to write another book. He said that book is going to be named From Crap to Okay. And then we're going to go from okay to good, and then good to great. Because sometimes our life isn't the way we want it to be, and we just have to get ourselves out of that place first. So what's one piece of advice, and you did mention the books, that really guides you every single day?
I think it's important that you stay true to who you are. Business can eat you up at times, but it's important that you know your values and you establish your value system early on in anything that you do. You set your objectives, you set your goals, but also be willing to pivot. Willing that sometimes life will throw a curveball at you, and you have to be able to still survive and keep batting on, and understand that I believe in God, and I believe that all things are ordained by Him. And understand that if you put your trust and your confidence in Him, things will work out. So be consistent, have faith, and always be willing to pivot.
Very good. Good advice for self-development. You are the leader of GBTI. How do you mentor or develop talent in your organization?
I think it's important as part of any talent development is you build relationships. One of the things I've always said is your first conversation with someone or a mentoree or anybody within the organization should not be a bad one. If you're a part of my team, my first conversation with you shouldn't be a reprimand. I should have been building a relationship with you throughout, so that when it comes to having a difficult conversation, it's not so difficult. So for me, leadership and mentoring, it's all about building relationships with people around you, be genuine, and demonstrate that consistent care with those around you. And I believe as you set that foundation and you set those key pillars as a leader, you will see good results.
Yeah, I usually replace the word difficult conversation with necessary conversation. But many of us as leaders, also face this thing called imposter syndrome or self-doubt, especially the first time we end up in a position we were never in before. How do you advise that people handle that? How have you handled that, if you have in the past?
I believe that we all will make attempts at different things, and you have to allow yourself the leniency to fail. There's no person who will ever tell you they got everything right all the time. And I believe as you go into certain ventures and you go into certain decisions, with that understanding that there is a possibility here that I might fail at this, but that's okay. There's something else that you can try to do and you can keep going at it. And if you pattern yourselves too often on other leaders, you forget who you are. So it's important that you're true to yourself and just follow your natural instincts, and they never lead you astray.
Very good, very good. And if we could just go back to your younger self when you were at that cross-section of science and numbers, what advice would you give your younger self now at the start of your career?
I would probably say to myself, you thought too hard about the choice. Things tend to work out either way. What you need those disciplines. Whether you chose to do science or you choose to do business, discipline, consistency, follow your dreams, follow your heart, and be willing to work hard.
Shopping with Ali & Sons is now more easier than ever. Find your product, click Add to Cart, click Proceed to check out, enter your email, click Continue as guest, enter your name and address, choose your delivery options, click Continue, then click Place Order. It's that easy. One of our customer service representatives will contact you to confirm, and in several hours, your items will be delivered to your door.
Ali & Sons in the Gifflin Mall is your one-stop shop for all electronics, including laptop computers, flash drives and SD cards, tablets, speaker and stereo sets and the best brands, drum sets and guitars, household appliances, flat-screen TVs, hardware items, and lots more. So check us out today for the most affordable prices. Ali & Sons in the Gifflin Mall, making life better one day at a time.
As a leader, it's important to know these DISC styles so you can begin to better understand the people around you. It's also important to understand that we are all a blend of these styles. Sure, we can adapt those blends based on our environment or when a specific situation calls for one style over the other. But more often than not, we've all got to accept our DISC and learn to live, work, and play and accept these basic truths. So there you have it. We're all different, but we are predictably different.
Ali & Sons is your one-stop shop for all Total Tools. Total Tools, available at all Ali & Sons locations.
Syntec is a new oil and try my finger. I've been working from Benin to George some of it on the highway. Have Roxy, and the oil performing very well. The vehicle performing well. The oil level do not drop. So I'm advising you to take a try with Syntec.
Hello everyone! Last year's International Business Conference was nothing short of extraordinary. It brought together some of the brightest minds in business, innovation, and leadership internationally from all sectors. The energy, insights, and connections that emerged from that event have continued to echo through our community, driving new partnerships, fresh ideas, and strategic investments. We are proud to have created a platform that doesn't just discuss business, it empowers it. And now, we're building on that momentum with even greater purpose. IBC 2025 is coming, and it's set to be our most ambitious conference yet. This year, attendees can expect a dynamic mix of keynote addresses from international thought leaders, focused panel discussions with industry experts, and hands-on opportunities to explore cutting-edge business solutions. From technology and tourism to finance and the future of work, we're covering the sectors that matter most to our region's growth. IBC 2025 isn't just another business event, it's a business movement, and we want you to be a part of it. We look forward to welcoming you once again in Guyana to IBC 2025. Visit our website or message me to get all details on sponsorship or your attendance as a delegate.
Most business owners know they need to network, but let's be real, the traditional networking model is broken. Weekly meetings, random connections, and the same pitch circles that never seem to go anywhere. That's why Network Connection exists, and it's completely changing how growth-minded professionals build relationships that actually drive business. Network Connection is a curated business community designed for entrepreneurs who want real results. And there's professional coaching baked in. A proprietary app that keeps members engaged between meetings. And most importantly, every seat is exclusive. And our next meeting on Wednesday, July 9th is a perfect example of the kind of value we bring to the table. Our topic, Beyond ChatGPT, a deeper dive into AI, goes beyond the hype and breaks down what AI is really doing in the business world, and how entrepreneurs like you can use it without getting overwhelmed. We'll cover tools, trends, risks, real strategies that you can apply right now, no matter your industry or level of experience with AI. And if you've been curious about Network in Action, this is the perfect meeting to visit. You'll walk into a room full of sharp, like-minded professionals, each vetted and committed to the group's success. You'll walk out with fresh insights on one of the most disruptive technologies in your lifetime, and possibly your next referral partner, client, or collaborator. So join us on Wednesday, July 9th. Whether you're just exploring AI or already using it, you'll leave inspired, informed, and better connected. Register now and experience networking the way it should be. And that brings us to the end of another powerful edition of Who's Who Business TV. From navigating global logistics to reimagining insurance and steering one of Guyana's top financial institutions, today's episode reminded us that leadership is not just about strategy, but about service, trust, and transformation. A heartfelt thank you to our featured guests for sharing their vision behind their work. And to you, our viewers, thank you for tuning in and staying connected to the people and ideas shaping Guyana's business future. Until next time, stay focused, stay inspired, and as always, keep leading the way. I'm Amrita, and this has been Who's Who Business TV.